Hello, my name's LJ and it's Christmas. Hey, my name's LJ and it is almost Christmas. So I decided to make a Christmas video, of course. When it comes to Christmas, something that always really excites me is giving gifts to people. I just love picking out a present that I know the person will love and seeing their reaction. It's the best thing ever. Another thing I really love about Christmas is books. In case you were unable to guess that from the name of my YouTube channel, which is LJJ and books and stuff, I decided to combine gift giving and books. All these presents are from myself to myself. That sounds a bit selfish. They're kind of re-gifts because people have given these to me, I've given them to me, so I'm re-gifting to myself. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, shut up now. One of my favorite things to do when I was little is I had my pile of presents and then you just shake them and try to guess what they are. I can always tell which ones are book shaped. There's always at least a book one because I'm me and books are my life. Look at my quality wrapping skills right here. The first gift we're gonna be discussing is that one gift, you spend a lot of time picking it out, thinking about it, thinking about the person who's gonna get it. And you just know they're gonna love it and you want them to open it so badly, you can't wait to see their reaction. You know they're gonna love it. Oh my gosh, it's Harry Potter. How did you know? I love this. I'm a bit crazy. People will say they don't want to read Harry Potter because it's so popular and everyone loves it, but then they'll pick it up and they end up loving it anyway. That's what happened to me. You just know whoever's going to end up reading this book is going to love it, no matter what they say. So, yes. On occasion, people will give me like a present that's meant to be a joke. It's not a present you'd be taking seriously. I really don't think there should be any other words. I don't know if this one really qualifies as a joke. I've never cried harder when reading a book than The Stupid Death Cure by James Dashner. I finished reading it, I'm like, this can't be the end. This has got to be a joke. There's no way, no. The next gift I have on my list is a re-gift. Now I hate saying re-gift because it just sounds so mean, but sometimes there's presents that just like, they're good, they're fine Christmas presents, but they don't really stand out. It's not something you have to keep. And you need to give a gift to someone last minute. You're like, oh, I'll just re-gift this. I won't miss it. It's a book that just wasn't for you. I don't actually own this book, but Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. That Miss Peregrine's book by Ransom Riggs, that book has a lot of hype. It was made into a movie, and it's not a really long book, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I remember just reading through it so slowly, and it's such a short book, I was surprised. And by the end, I was like, I don't understand what's so great. Like, it's a fine story, it's well written, but it didn't stand out. I don't understand the major hype around it. I guess it just wasn't for me. I would give that book to someone else to enjoy because I like the concept of it, but it's just mediocre to me. It was nothing special. I know a lot of people love it, so I would re-gift it. Sometimes you talk to people who are planning to give you a gift and you're like, oh, I know what they're gonna get me based on the hints, but really, you have no idea. Don't make assumptions, you're gonna get them wrong. This is the book you make assumptions about. The big ones are always the best, let me tell you. I have the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. This is one of the Shadowhunter series. It's the second one, the prequel to the Mortal Instruments. It's the best Shadowhunter series. There's no arguments there. It's the best one. Some people will go into this making assumptions. One of the things I use to describe it is love triangle. And that sets a lot of people off. They're like, oh, love triangle. Twilight, ew. It's like, no. You don't even know. A lot of people hate love triangles, but like, if it's done well, they are amazing. The love triangle is the best part of the series just because it's not like any love triangle you have ever seen before. Trust me, it's different. Trust me, you will cry. Trust me, you won't have a side. You'll be team both. Clockwork Angel was the first Shadowhunter book I ever read, and oh my gosh, if I hadn't read this book first, I don't know if I would have continued the Shadowhunter series because you have to start off with a quality book to continue with it. And Clockwork Angel. This one sounds a bit mean. It hasn't really happened to me before, but I assume it's happened to some people. Next is the present that you just hate so much you can't believe someone bought it. Like, you are constantly telling this person you hate pickles. I hate pickles, I can't stand them, I'll rant about them nonstop. And what do they decide to get you for Christmas? A jar of pickles. And it's not as a joke, it's seriousness. It's like, did you even hear me? The last 200 times I ranted about pickles? Not that this actually happened, but I don't like pickles. I just just received this awesome present from my sister, and it's a book, and she knows I love books, so of course it's gonna be great. What is this? I don't have any issues with Twilight, really. I don't like it myself. I read the first book and half of the second one, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't like it. I can't stand it. But I don't have any problems with people who do like it. They like it. It's just not for me. It's not my type of thing I like to read, but don't give me Twilight because I've said multiple times I don't like Twilight. Next is the gift receipt. Sometimes when you get clothes or stuff, they'll leave in like a gift receipt in case it doesn't fit right to get something else. So this is a book you get, but you want to exchange it for a different book. I'm probably still gonna keep the book though, even though I don't want it. City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. You're probably thinking, what the heck, you love Mortal Instruments. Yes, I do love Mortal Instruments. This is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series, but I'm not really a big fan of the first two Mortal Instrument books. When I read City of Bones, I was like, this is so predictable. I've seen this plot before. It's not that great. Ew, love triangle. You have to get through the first two books. You have to. I don't care if you don't like them that much and think they're predictable. You have to get through them. You think it's a love triangle, but it's really not. It goes away quick. If I had to reread City of Bones, I would exchange it for the lovely City of Heavenly Fire! This is the last book in the Mortal Instruments series, and it's by far my favorite. Now, I do have issues with it. I think there's too much setup for the next Shadowhunter series in it, but the parts that are good are completely epic. They're fantastic, they're so good. It's not even the same series as it was at the beginning. The first book was so predictable, you felt like you've seen it all before, but here it feels so different, it's so new, it's so original, and it's so good, and I love it so much, and the ending is heartbreaking. I cried so hard, and if the ending doesn't break your heart, what are you doing with your life? So the next book we have is, the one present that you feel just so excited about. You always have that one present every year you just can't stop thinking about, that you just love. You don't love it more than the others, but you kind of do, but you don't because you don't want to pick favorites. It's the one you're most excited about at the moment. It just gives you all the feels. For me, I don't actually own this either. I know, how could I not own it? This isn't necessarily my favorite, but it fills me with all the feels, and that's got to be Tales from Shadowhunter Academy, which, if you hadn't guessed already, is in the Shadowhunter universe. It's actually not a book, more so a collection of novellas by Cassandra Clare and some various other authors. It picks up after the lovely City of Heavenly Fire. If City of Heavenly Fire didn't break your heart, no, City of Heavenly Fire did break your heart, there's no discussion, it did. You can't survive. No, it's too sad, it can't be over, no! Never fear, there is Shadowhunter Academy, which deals with the heartbreaking events of City of Heavenly Fire. It's everything you could want from a Shadowhunter book. It's sad because you're so mad at this one character, but it's not really their fault because of what happened, but you're still mad at them. But it's in the Shadowhunter universe, so of course it's also going to be hilarious. You see cameos from characters in all the series. There's lots of Sizzy in it. And Sizzy is my favorite book ship of all time. If you don't love Sizzy, what? Why? Who are you? Why don't you love Sizzy? The last book I have on my list is the one you just want to give to everyone. Back in junior high, I used to buy a bunch of candy canes from the dollar store, and then I would hand them out to everyone I saw, but then I got sick of doing that. Anyway, the book I wish to give to everyone would be this one. Look how great of a book it is. This is my gift to you. Go take it and read it and come back and talk about it with me. That book is Scythe by Neal Shusterman. The premise of Scythe is they live in a futuristic world where they have conquered death. You can die, but you can just be sent to a revival center and be revived. In order to keep the population under control, they have to kill off some people. So there's the job of the Scythe, which is basically to kill people to get the population under control. And there's a lot of really interesting things about the Scythe. You have to feel emotions and guilty for what you've done. You can't enjoy what you do. And there's so much more to that. And it's so good. It's executed in the best way ever. The sequel, Thunderhead, is amazing. It's so much better than the first Scythe book. Not to say that Scythe isn't good, but Thunderhead's better. And I'm so excited for the third book, The Toll, I think it's called, which comes out 2019. Read Scythe. It's good. It has an award, so that means you have to read it. That means it has to be good. And that was my books and Christmas and books and presents video. Read The Infernal Devices, Clockwork Angel. After watching this, literally everyone in the world is going to think I'm insane. I mean, not that they're wrong, but... My name's LJ, and thank you for watching the mess that is this video. And have a great Christmas. The date is December 11th, and it's not Christmas yet, but we're almost there. Heartbreaking, I tell you. Heartbreaking. I can't afford books. I want to buy better editing software instead. Really? You're giving me a candy hate? But I thought you hated everyone. I don't hate everyone. I just don't talk a lot. There's a difference, guys. There's a difference. It's 3 books long, but it's so good. And I want everyone to read it, but people don't want to read it. It's set in the 1800s in London, and it's so much better than the original series. Not that the original series isn't good. I'm ranting now, aren't I? I don't know. I'm just excited for Christmas and Infernal Devices. You didn't see that, but I threw the wrapping paper. Don't buy me Twilight!